Ooh, seed mail. Let's see what we got. All right, this all came from Urban Farmer. What do we got? We have jackhammer radish. So we've got cover crops, right? Jackhammer radish. We've got, that is buckwheat. What else do we have in here? I think this is more buckwheat. Yep, lots and lots of buckwheat. And then in this box we have field peas and oats. Some more field peas and oats, and I think, oh yes, and my Blue Lake pole beans, which it was funny. This was one of the only places I could find my pole beans in a fairly decent size. So why all the cover crops? So we have a field that has been giving us a lot of problems as far as fertility, as far as the soil composition is concerned, and as far as just the amount of weed pressure. And so we have actually taken that field out of production this year, and we are planting it all to cover crops. The rotation that I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the field peas and oats in the spring, go ahead and let those grow all spring into the early summer. I will terminate those, let that lay down. I will sow the buckwheat seed into that residue and allow the buckwheat to come out. It will grow for only about 60 days or so. It grows very quickly, but it creates a lot of good biomass. Terminate that crop, let that lay down, and then I will sow the radishes. These are a driller or tiller radish. They are very big. They're like a daikon radish, and they will break down into that soil and break up. They will also sit there in the soil throughout the rest of the season and slowly start to degrade in the winter time. And so all of those things are going to add good amounts of biomass back in, and it's also going to help to break that soil up. And so hopefully by the beginning of next season, that soil will have had that organic matter added to it, but also hopefully we will have choked out some of those weeds. I know that, that soil had been disturbed. We ran pigs on it for a little while, and my husband had tilled it. And this was before we realized exactly how much damage we were doing when it came to tilling. And so we stopped tilling it, but again, we have very heavy clay soil in several of our fields. We are in West Central Missouri, and that's just the type of soil that we have in the majority of places. And so it has a tendency to hold a lot of water when it's wet, but when it dries out, it's like dust. And so the only way to really successfully mitigate that is by adding organic matter. So hopefully, all these cover crops are going to add that biomass, and they're also going to help to choke out some of the weeds while also adding nutrients back into the soil.